everybody. I'm Fred.
I'm Joe.
And this is Fred and Joe Review Beer. This week, from Boston, Massachusetts, we have Trilllium Brewing. I don't know if you know anything about these guys, Joe?
I went there one time a long time ago before I knew anything about craft beer. I did a little reading a few minutes ago, and they were started in Boston. They have a few locations in Boston, but it seems like
They have like 5 locations in Boston.
Yeah, it seems like their big location that they're going to open soon, from what I read, is in Canton.
Yep.
So they're going to have a large tap room. It seems like a great place to check out. But if you're in the Boston area, it always seems like wherever you are, you're close to a Trilllium brewery. So if you're in Boston, there's no excuse really not to check this one out.
Today we have the Daily Serving, which is a Blackberry Currant sour, a Berliner Weiss sour. Then we have the Central Artery, which is a Helles Lager. And then the Mass Ave, which is a double IPA.
Probably feel like that's one of their more traditional or...
These guys they're doing a ton of sours and stouts and porters.
Yep.
All different flavors and sizes. I mean, that's probably their main base right now. But they still have a great selection of the classic.
You're probably not going to find a brewery without an IPA.
No. And they have, like I said, too, the Helles Lager.
Yep.
They have lagers. They have pilsners. They
a little bit of everything.
They have a little bit of everything. It's not just what they're really selling. But we're going to wrap this up and we'll get started.
All right.
Let's
do this.
Today from Trilllium Brewery, we have the Central Artery Helles Lager. I don't know if you've tried a Helles Lager before.
It's a German style, right?
It is.
It's more of a German style beer.
It's pretty tasty.
I like it. It's different than most German style beers I've had, that's for sure.
Yeah, another clean tasted beer. No bad aftertaste.
It is very well brewed.
It's very smooth, easy drinking.
Goes down good, yeah.
I'm not getting any crazy notes of citrus or anything like that.
No, it's a well put together beer. You can tell it's made
straight beer.
It's made well, and there's not a lot to it.
No, there really isn't.
I like it.
It's definitely drinkable.
Yeah, it's a drinkable beer on a summer day. It's a summer beer, I'd say, for sure.
What do you think for a rating?
I'd say it's a solid beer. It's a 6.5. Easily.
You know?
There's nothing bad, but there's nothing really that sticks out about it either. But it's hard to knock on it. It's got a nice clean taste. You can tell it was a small batch brew.
I'm actually going to go with 6 on this one.
Just a 6?
Yeah, because I've actually had a few Helles Lagers lately, and it's good, but I've had a couple that were better.
My rating came on the clean taste in it. You know what I mean?
So we got a 6.25 overall.
It's not a bad one. Definitely check it out if you're in the Boston area.
We're going to finish this up. We'll get on to the next one.
Cheers.
Today from Trilllium, we have the Daily Serving with Blackberry Currant, Blackberry, and Boysenberry. It's a Berliner Weiss sour.
Really doesn't have a strong odor for a sour.
I get that kind of pulpy fruit smell. Ooh. I like that. That's pretty good.
That is nice.
It's really not too sour at all. I mean, there's a hint of tart, but I mean, you really get that.
It's just the right amount of tart.
It is. And
there's some sours we've had that have had no tart at all, which some people would prefer, but this has a little bit of kick to it when it goes down.
And you can still taste beer.
Yeah.
It's not hidden by the
sour. Wine appeal,
and it's not
like
overwhelming. This is actually really good. Very smooth, very drinkable.
What does it say? Blackberry and what was it again?
Blackberry Currant and Blackberry, and then Boysenberry.
Boysenberry. Those are things that I don't think traditionally I would usually like, but this is really well put together.
Well, it's not like you come across Boysenberry every day. It's one of those obscure little berries.
Grown on their farm? Because they have their own farm in Connecticut.
They do have their own farm, and they do use local ingredients as much as possible. I have read that, about these
I
guys.
wouldn't be surprised if they were growing the boysenberries right on their farm.
Who knows?
It's a cool little thing. That they
But I like this. What are you thinking, Joe?
For a sour, I'm gonna go high. I'm gonna go high on this one. It's really good. I said I'm gonna go high, so I'll let you go first.
I'm actually gonna go an 8.5 on this
An
one.
8.5. I was thinking in the ballpark of an 8.
Because this is
8,
really tasty.
yeah, an 8's good. 8 would be a good one
Alright,
for me.
so an 8.25 on the daily serving Blackberry Currant, Blackberry and Boysenberry Berliner Weiss from Trilllium Brewery. That was a mouthful. But cheers. We're going to finish this up. We'll get back to you for the
You
next
handled
one.
it.
Thanks. And today from Trilllium we have Mass Ave. It's a double IPA.
I'm looking forward to this one based on the smell and everything I've heard and read about
Ooh.
this.
That's pungent.
It's definitely and you can tell by the color too.
Yeah.
It's nice and thick. I like my beer thick, like I like my woman.
Wow. That is hoppy.
Smooth though.
It is smooth. I mean,
It's a good beer.
it goes right down. There's no hard aftertaste.
Yeah, I like that.
It is good.
Oh, what do you have to say about that one, Fred?
I mean, just solid hop on that one. I mean, it's like I said, pungent. I like it though. I could drink this.
Yeah, it's not
Easy drinking.
too strong, but it definitely you can tell that it has a lot to it, just in the heaviness.
Yeah. I mean, there's a combination of hops in this.
It's a well put together beer that comes together great in the mouth.
Like the past two we've had from them. I mean, it's right on.
You can tell that they know what they're doing when they're putting together a beer. They're not just trying stuff.
So what do you think for a rating, Joe?
For a rating on this one, I'm going to keep it high as opposed to the other two. Really, this brewery's knocked it out of the park with these three this week.
Again, it has a lot to do with the choices. What we
Yeah.
could get, what was available.
I mean,
And the
I like it
variety.
too. Like you said, they keep a good variety at Trilllium. There's a lot of sours, a lot of pilsners, a lot of IPAs,
A lot of porters.
a lot of
I mean,
porters.
They have a huge selection.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with having a huge selection. That means that eventually, if you get in there, you're gonna find something you like. You might have to get drunk trying to figure out what you like the most, but there's nothing wrong with that. That's happened to us a time or two.
So what are you giving it for a rating?
For a rating, I'm gonna go 7.25.
7.25, huh? I'm actually thinking an 8 on this one.
In a solid 8, so
Yeah.
we'll come together at like a 7.65 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, some bullshit like that.
All right.
Absolutely. And then
This has been good.
This is a good brewery.
You know, if you're watching the single episode, check back for Sunday when we wrap this whole thing up and tell you what we think of Trilllium. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Joe.
I'm Fred.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, now that was our review of Trilllium Brewery. What'd you think?
They're from Boston, Mass. So I've been there before. I've been to one of the 5 locations, which I said earlier in the video. If you're somewhere in Boston, there's no excuse not to check out Trilllium.
No, there is a bunch of them all around town. You can't turn a corner without bumping into one.
Yeah,
was
if you're in Boston, you're close.
I was dropping my son off at school
The Fenway District?
in the Fenway district, and we actually stumbled across it. So, they
You
are
weren't
everywhere.
even trying.
Right, I wasn't even trying. They have a ton of beer.
It's a great brewery. Everything we've tried today has been out of the park. They got all high ratings. Everything was a 6 or above from us.
I think everything was really a 7 or above, except for the Helles Lager was the only one that, or actually the Helles Lager was the only one that we actually didn't rate above. But I mean, overall, very clean tasting beers.
I definitely
Very earthy flavor to all of them.
Yeah, I definitely plan to go check them out sometime when I'm in Boston and try. I mean, based on the menu I've seen online, I don't think I can get through all of them in one day. There is a train, so that could help the process. But
one beer I did want to get, but I could not. They were out of was Green Street, which happens to be like a 100% green
check the other
beer.
4 locations.
I was slacking. But like I said, they have a ton of beer. It's a great brewery. I really liked everything we've tried.
Yeah, it was a good time. I like the little details too. The artwork on the cans is very Boston representative in a lot of them too.
They are definitely
cool.
solid representation of
It's a Boston beer, kid.
Yep.
I love it.
What do you give it for a rating, Joe?
The brewery itself,
overall.
just based on these 3 beers alone that I've tried today and my one experience from, I'm not sure which one of the 5 locations I went to. I think it was in the Seaport District, but it was a nice little.
I believe it was the Seaport.
Okay, it was a nice little open. They had some garage bay doors that were open. This was pre the C word bullshit that we got going on that we're finally coming out of. So to go check it back again.
Rating.
A rating. I'm gonna go 8.5.
8.5. I mean, considering we rated all the beers below an 8, I'm gonna say it's just a solid 8.
Solid.
Because it was everything was good. The Hellas Lager was the only one I really wasn't.
Probably wouldn't get again.
It's not that I wouldn't get it again.
If it was offered to you, you'd drink it.
If it was offered to me, I would definitely drink it. Any of these beers, I would definitely try. I would drink.
Purchase again if they were put in front.
Yeah, if they were put in front of me, this is, I would definitely pick that. I mean, it's definitely.
It was a good sour too, which I know it's hard to get you to like. A sour.
I don't like sours, and honestly, that sour was really good.
It was fantastic.
I could drink those.
It was well put together.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go an 8. What'd you give it?
8.5.
8.5. So an 8.25 for Trilllium Brewing out of Boston, Massachusetts, and Canton, Massachusetts.
Yep, respectively.
And these guys do use local ingredients
Something
as much as possible.
Something I wanted to point out before we wrapped up too. They have a farm in Starborough, Connecticut. I believe. Stonington.
I think
neither of us are going to say that, right? But somewhere in Connecticut, they do have a farm.
Stonington, maybe.
Where they create or grow all of their own.
They grow as much. The way it's worded is as much of their own product as possible.
And anything that they can't grow themselves, they try to.
They try to buy local.
So this is a great beer if you want to try something right in the heart of Boston. That's really a Boston beer.
Even in New England. This is definitely a New England product.
It's something worth checking out. Like I said, anywhere in Boston, you're close. There's no excuse. He's Fred. I'm Joe.
Enjoy, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.